फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट।
Hello and welcome to Cricket Next. मैं हूं सौम्य कपूर and there have been a lot of changes in the Indian squad ahead of the second test. Saurabh Kumar, Washington Sundar and Sarfaraz Khan have been included in the squad while Ravindra, Jadeja and Rahul are not available due to respective injuries. Well, to talk more about this, India's playing 11 का 11 क्या रह सकता है second test के लिए, especially after the loss in the first test. इन सब चीज़ों के बारे में बात करने के लिए मेरे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं श्रीनिवास राव, जेमी ऑल्टर, साहिल मल्होत्रा and चेतन अरोड़ा. Welcome to Cricket Next, everyone. Srini, I'll start with you. Finally, Sarfaraz gets a call, जो हम बहुत सालों से बात कर रहे थे. Do you think he can make it to that 11 now?
Yeah, I think this is what what we started out to discuss yesterday between Sarfaraz and Rajat. And I mean, purely in terms of what he has done in domestic cricket, first class cricket, the kind of runs that he stacked up, the current form that he is in, everything put together. Jamie explained it yesterday. He talked about the rigidity of Sarfaraz's slot in the batting order. I think he explained it very well. He's like, are you specifically looking for a number 5? Then you're probably looking at Sarfaraz. So if you're looking at any kind of flexibility, then you're looking at Rajat. But a proposed flexibility, I think, purely from the perspective of the runs that he's put on board so consistently, I'd like that boy to be given a chance. Of course, younger than the Rajat. I was just glancing through the first class numbers, and more or less both seem to be riding the same boat. And Sarfaraz, younger, and kind of from that perspective, has really punched above his weight. Compared to Rajat. So if you look at it from all those perspectives, then I think this guy really deserves his day under the sun. Sarfaraz. We've been talking about it for too long. I mean, the numbers that he stacked up is like, we can't ignore these numbers. That's like saying, you know, uh, doesn't matter. आप कितना भी run बना लो, फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. That's a very wrong statement. Especially when you're talking about your country's premier domestic tournament. So I really hope he gets rewarded.
True. But Jamie, Brendan McCullum has hinted that they might go in for four spinners in the next game. Makes a lot of more sense to have a Sarfaraz Khan in there in the lineup now.
Yeah, I mean, look, India's batting is a problem. Is Sarfaraz Khan, is Rajat? It's like we discussed yesterday. So I'll just repeat myself. Are these guys the answer? We don't know because you're coming from domestic, which is all fine, but you're suddenly playing international bowlers. So is Sarfaraz the answer? I don't know. Like we discussed yesterday, where's he going to bat? Who do you drop? I would like to see Shubman Gill dropped, and I don't care who bats at 3, but to my mind, you cannot persist with him. But then if Chetan were here, he'd say that he's only 3 test matches old or 4 test matches old at number 3, so the management won't drop it. So I just go back to what I said yesterday. It's not about Sarfaraz or Patida. Do you have the intent? Do you have the skill to play? I said yesterday, just as the show ended, it's been 3 test matches, unheard of कि लगातार 3 test match से 3 बिल्कुल अलग contrasting pitches पर ये team जीत नहीं पाई. You got a square turner at Indore, you got a flat track in Ahmedabad, and then you got a very sporting wicket, like we discussed yesterday. Chetan and Srini and Sahil were there. This was the best pitch we've seen in 4.5 years in India. So I don't care who you bring in. Do you have the intent? Do you have the skill? That's where my doubt is.
Yeah. Sahil, if we look at the English lineup as well, वो spinners भी barring Markwood and Anderson बहुत ज़्यादा उनके पास भी experience नहीं है international cricket का. So we can put in the youngsters as well. दोनों के पास ही baggage नहीं है. Contest देखने में और मजा आएगा. साहिल.
नहीं वो तो आएगा, no doubt about that. But yesterday I was writing a piece for Cricket Next, putting together a mock out on different combinations which could be put in place. I won't be surprised if both of them end up playing. Matlab, India could well go with 1 seamer and 3 spinners. Even that is a possibility. If you go with Bumrah, you go with Kuldeep, you go with Aksar, you go with Ravichandran Ashwin, and play both Sarfaraz and Rajat Patidar. Even that is a possibility. Matlab, we can't rule that out at this stage Because with McCullum saying that, I am ready to go in with 4 spinners, I'm sure that's more of mind games being put in play before the test gets underway, and they're showing that they are in that boss mindset right now, and they can probably dictate terms better than India. And they have played that first card, and McCullum probably would have triggered some panic in the Indian dressing room by saying that they're ready to play 4 spinners, because Bashir comes into the mix, and Mark Wood could well make way out for James Anderson, and all of a sudden the English attack could look more potent and more biteful than it did in Hyderabad. So
Yeah.
having said that, India could well explore the option of having Jasprit Bumrah, Ravichandran Ashwin, Akshar Patel, Kuldeep Yadav. You have your four top bowlers. You have your 4 top bowlers, and you also have batting depth, because as Jamie very rightly pointed out yesterday, that when Jadeja goes out of the test setup, when Hardik Pandya goes out of the ODI setup, you just can't replace them with one player, and that is the problem which I faced last night. क्योंकि जब मैं 11 एक अपने दिमाग में बना रहा था, जडेजा जा रहा है तो आपका नंबर 6 नंबर 5 वाला ऑप्शन भी जा रहा है, और आपके 25 ओवर एटलीस्ट एक डे के जा रहे हैं, तो वो आप एक स्किल सेट, एक प्लेयर, तो वो आपको 2 स्किल सेट कोई भी नहीं है जो अभी दे सकता है, चाहे वो अश्विन हो चाहे वो अक्षर हो. विद ऑल ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट टू व्हाट अक्षर हैज डन विद द बैट इन द रीसेंट सीरीज, I would still
Yeah.
keep Jadeja right up there when it comes to his contributions in Test cricket at home in the last 3-4 years. He has been phenomenal. It's no joke that he's number 1 Test all-rounder, because he has been doing the job with both bat and ball. So to replace Jadeja, Jamie very aptly put it yesterday, that you need 2 players, and to my mind, I think the only way they can kind of address that problem right now is by going in with 4 bowlers. क्योंकि 3 spinners में ही आपका बॉल फेंकना है, और बुमराह शोट की वो 20 ओवर फेंक सकता है यार. मतलब बुमराह didn't show any discomfort. Fingers crossed. We all were hoping that he will how he'll react to the test grind at home, because he hasn't played a lot of test cricket at home. But Bumrah looked absolutely fine. He was in good rhythm, and that second inning spell versus England was a top class spell. Yeah, probably the better bowler on that day. Even when compared to Ashwin, Akshar, and Jadeja, Bumrah stood out with his bowling. So Bumrah plus 3 spinners could be explored. अब वो आपको रजत पाटीदार खिलाना है, सरफराज खिलाना है, वॉशिंगटन सुंदर खिलाना है, वो आप कॉल ले सकते हैं. If you want another bowling option and a bits and pieces kind of cricketer, then you can probably have Washington Sundar in place of Sarfaraz Khan. But my feeling says that Rajat Patidar will be preferred if you are looking for a number 4 option, as Jamie
Okay,
said.
so
कि
I'll ask all of you to fill fill in the blanks. But before that, welcome to Cricket Next, Chetan bhai. Or do you think Indian team management will be that bold to play both, to give debut caps to both Rajat Patidar and Sarfaraz Khan? Can they do that really?
I mean, of course they can do that. I mean, if they don't have any other batters, तो आप 7 bowler तो नहीं खिलाओगे. So it just depends on the kind of conditions we have with the pitch and everything. I'm expecting किसी तरीके में pitch बनाएगी इंडिया फंस जाएगी. I'm expecting a flat track where your youngsters can score runs. But अगर आप flat track लोगे तो इंग्लैंड पहले ही 4.5 से रन बना रहा है यार, वो 5.5-6 से रन बनाएगा जैसे पाकिस्तान में किया उसने. And there's a lot of time in the test match to bat. अगर आप rank turner बनाओगे, then you're taking a very inexperienced batting lineup and you're giving their spinners who are already very successful, you're giving them a lot of ammunition there. So India was always going to be caught in this series. It was always going to come down to good performances. लेकिन अब आप लोग डिस्कस कर रहे हो एक पेसर 3 स्पिनर, मैं 2 हफ्ते से चला रहा हूँ. आप लोग अब डिस्कस कर रहे हो जब एक टेस्ट मैच हम हार चुके हैं. मैं 2 हफ्ते से चला रहा हूँ कि एक पेसर और 3 स्पिनर खिलाओ. 2 पेसर खिलाने का कोई लॉजिक नहीं है. बट इट्स ओके. आई मीन आई एम नॉट पेड टू बी द इंडियन कोच और द इंडियन कैप्टन, व्हिच इज फाइन. आई विश आई वाज, बट आई एम नॉट. बट या दोनों को डेब्यू दी जा सकती है. मैंने कल अपनी प्लेइंग 11 बता भी दी थी. I had a lot of time to think about it after that. I would play Washington Sundar as a pure batter.
Okay.
I would hand debut to Rajat Patidar at number 4. Maybe even number 3, because Shubman Gill is not working out. So Shubman Gill at Rajat Patidar at 3 and drop Shubman Gill down to number 4 to see if anything changes with him. But वो थोड़ा drastic हो जाएगा. I think that is going to be a team call. But yeah, I would hand a debut to Rajat Patidar, drop Shubman down to 4, Shreyas at 5. हमारे पास options नहीं है और कोई. And 6 pe, you have to have either Akshar Patel or a Ravichandran Ashwin.
Okay.
7 pe, Shikhar Bharat. Then 8, Washington Sundar. And then 9, wait a minute.
Kuldeep.
Kuldeep. Three
Wait,
spinners.
wait. Written it down.
Basically, you will play Ashwin in the batting order.
सर
You will
अश्विन से एक
play
तो 10 पे आएगा ना, 9 पे आएगा ना, if you will play 1 at 7, एक नीचे आ जाएगा ना. So there goes your 10th player and 11th will be Bumrah.
Sorry, 10th is Kuldeep Yadav, and then 11 is Jasprit Bumrah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 10 Kuldeep Yadav, and number
Chetan ji,
11. So, sorry.
आपके हिसाब से सरफराज इस लाइनअप इस 11 में नहीं अभी आ सकता.
नहीं, I'm not saying कि नहीं बनती है. Look, this is a golden opportunity for Sarfaraz if he gets his debut. इससे बेहतर मौका नहीं मिलेगा because I think he'll be more comfortable against spin than pace. So and the pitch is, I'm assuming the pitch is going to be a bit flat. वो तो Thursday को जाके पता चल ही जाएगा.
Okay, yeah, Chetan, continue.
So I mean, the question is कि आप 2 debutant खिलाना चाहोगे या नहीं, because you are going to be under pressure. It's a good opportunity to do that. Sarfaraz को इससे better opportunity नहीं मिलेगी. I've been a critic of him in terms of the temperament. I think अगर he has to prove people wrong, इससे better opportunity नहीं मिलेगी. But again, it just comes down to कि आप क्या दो debutants खिलाना चाहोगे. मैंने जैसे बोला है, like I said, कि मैं Washington को as a pure batter खिलाऊंगा. उसका reason है because I need left-handers to break their left-arm spinners.
Okay.
I need left-handers to break their left-arm spinners. I don't have left-handers. अक्षर पटेल हैं, जडेजा थे, अब जायसवाल ऊपर है, उसके अलावा left-hander ही नहीं है. So I need to replace that, right? So I'll play Washington Sundar just to break that, spinner wala thing.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it.
Srini, what will be your 11 now? Looking at this
See,
lineup.
मैं अगर मैं इसको राहुल द्रविड़ के नजरिए से सोच रहा हूँ, okay, though I'm not looking at the most positive mindset in the universe, like वो बंदा उस वहाँ पे मतलब he's like very naturally he's prone to kind of being defensive. Not just his batting, his approach to life, is whether as a cricketer, as a captain, that's how he pursued his cricket. राइट नाउ वेरी सबकॉन्शियसली अगर राहुल क्या सोच रहा होगा, लाइक उसको ये नहीं पड़ी है कि उसको सीरीज इक्वल करना है, उसको 2-0 नहीं होना है विराट के आने से पहले.
अरे but Srini, you can't draw the match.
नहीं,
You can't draw the match. 20. You can't draw the match. You have to win or you lose. There is no draw.
No, 1 second. Let me complete. I've not completed it. मैं ये सोच रहा हूँ कि if I were to be looking at it from Rahul's perspective, I'm going to want to play a combination that guarantees me safety on all fronts. Okay, I'm just looking at it that way. Like you have the attack in Jadeja's absence? Do you have the attack to pick 20 wickets? Maybe. In Jadeja's absence, do you also have the batting depth to put the runs required on board to allow your bowlers the space and the distinct comfort to go for those 20 wickets? Maybe not. Okay, so I will somehow try and balance that out with Ashwin and Aksar taking care of my 60 overs. This thing, can I a day? Can I be looking at those two taking the bulk of responsibility where my bowling is concerned? Maybe. I put in a Washington. See, am I going to go for an out and out spin track? Maybe not, because by now this Indian team is under. See, imagine their one spinner is coming back. Shoaib Bashir is coming back. By now, we have a very good idea that this team is so horrible against any kind of spin. Forget quality spin. Any kind of spin. They like literally look like a team that is psyched out right now to me. Especially with newcomers coming in, would I be taking that kind of a risk against, by putting a spinning track in place? No. That's why I think it's again going to be something on the lines of what you saw in Hyderabad. Don't do too much damage to the pitch. don't make a fool of yourself. कल जाके वो pitch crack whack dust balls आप global headline, आप going from bad to worse वाला scene हो जाएगा. तो आप हल्का फुल्का तो स्पॉटिंग ट्रैक ही रखोगे, तो इसका मतलब है आप 2 पेसर शायद खिलाओगे. द चांसेस ऑफ गोइंग विद 1 पेसर looks very kind of that's where Washington Sundar plays an important role. I will not go into this test match without Washington Sundar. I will want it. Like in Jadeja's absence and in the absence of so many things, so much confusion around me, I will pick up Washington Sundar. Now the question is, who is going to be my 11th guy in this squad? And that I'll say now. I don't know. I think Chetan or Jamie or both raised the point of Shubman. Chetan, I think, said that Shubman को 3 से हटा के शायद नीचे खिला दो. पहली बात, मैं उसको हाथ नहीं लगाऊंगा क्योंकि उसमें जो थोड़ा बहुत कॉन्फिडेंस बचा है मेरे को उसको रिस्टोर करना है. ठीक है, जब तक विराट नहीं आता. ओके, सेकंड, शुभमन की गलती नहीं है कि आप उसको मतलब ढोल जैसे आप भगा रहे हो, मिडिल ऑर्डर पे खिला रहे हो, ओपनर पे खिला रहे हो. वो आपका शॉपर स्टॉप का कूपन नहीं है कि जब आपका मन करे आपने उसको आपको यूज कर लिया आपने. ठीक है, तो उसको भी एक श्योरिटी दो, एक रिस्पेक्टेबिलिटी दो. वो कभी ओपनर था नहीं, आपने उसको जबरदस्ती ओपनर बना दिया, अब आप उसको जबरदस्ती नंबर 3 बना रहे हो. तो आप उसको थोड़ा टाइम भी दो. हर बंदा चाइल्ड प्रोडिजी नहीं होता, तो आपको उस नजरिए से भी उसे देखना है. राइट, अगर इन सारी चीजों को मैं ध्यान में रख के चलूं, इन सारी चीजों को, तो मैं उस ऑर्डर के साथ टिंकर नहीं करूंगा. नंबर 3 पे ही रखूंगा. तो 4 पे बट नेचुरली श्रेयस आता है और 5 पे मैं सरफराज को ले आऊंगा. मैं क्यों सरफराज को ले आऊंगा? फॉरगेट ऑन अ गिवन. अब देखो, हम तो देख नहीं रहे नेट्स में कौन कैसे बैटिंग कर रहा है. राहुल द्रविड़, रोहित शर्मा देख रहे हैं और विक्रम राठौर देख रहे हैं. जो भी देखते हैं वो देख रहे हैं कि कि कौन कैसे मिडल कर रहा है बॉल. तो वहां पे अगर उन्होंने देख लिया कि शायद रजत सीम्स टू बी इन अ बेटर दिस थिंग, तो फेयर इनफ. आई मीन देयर इज नो सेइंग. But purely in terms of who's done what, who's put what on board, I will want to go with Sarfaraz. That also lends me not just appetite for runs, a bit of aggression too, which I would like to see, especially playing against a side like England. So this is what is going on in my mind right now. All said and done, it's between Rajat and Sarfaraz to add that much of batting depth, and I will want a Washington Sundar at the cost of probably missing out on some more important names.
Okay. So for Chetan bhai, it's Rajat Patidar. For Srini, it's Sarfaraz. Jamie, what are your thoughts? Or you will put both of them.
I'm just going to read out my Dream 11 fantasy team. Okay.
Yeah.
1 Rohit, 2 Jaiswal, 3 Patidar, 4 Shreyas Iyer, 5 Sarfaraz, 6 KS Bharat, 7 Washington Sundar, 8 Ravichandran Ashwin, 9 Akshar Patel, 10 Kuldeep Yadav, 11 Jasprit Bumrah.
Okay. So you won't have a.
So he's dropped Shubman and gone with only one seam.
Srini, to my mind, even God can't help Shubman Gill right now. He's at an all-time low. Vikram Rathod could not achieve much in his own career. He's going to guide this boy right now. I don't believe in this. Someone looks good in the nets. Nothing can make Shubman Gill look right now. He's finished. Get rid of him for 6 months. You're going to gain nothing. Kuldeep Yadav could probably score more runs right now. I see no value in playing Shubman Gill. 3, 4, 5, you guys can have your own theories. In my book, the guy's a walking wicket. His game is so low right now. They forced him into the T20 team, and his test career has been ruined ever since then. The facts say that much. Shreyas Iyer is the next in line. He's at 10 terrible innings. Someone has to go. Still, Shreyas Iyer can play spin. Shubman Gill is a disaster right now in current form. No point playing him. You're going to lose a wicket. You may as well declare at 9 down.
Srini, I'll come to you, but I would like to ask Sahil. Sahil, I was reading a random comment somewhere. So someone suggested have Yashasvi and Gill opening the innings and come Rohit at 3.
No, I think Wasim
I was
Jafar
just
said
going to ask that.
Wasim Jafar said that, na. But no, Srini, you made that point yesterday also about Shubman Gill being forced at number 3. But as far as I read, and both coach and captain said that Gill himself wanted to bat at 3. He himself dropped down at 3 and requested the management that he's more comfortable batting at 3. I think he kind of himself asked for it. Like, I understand the fact that he was made to open Test cricket, but 3 number तो उसने मांग के लिया. मांग के लिया तो
नहीं साहिल, ये मैनेजमेंट सबको हाँ कैसे कर देती है? When number 3 is not working, might as well just try that combination out ना, अगर आपको इसके
No.
साथ पर्सिस्ट करना है तो।
यार आप
नहीं,
वीडियो
शुभमन
गेम
अब वापस ओपन तो नहीं जा रहा। शुभमन वापस ओपन तो नहीं जा रहा। 3 के बाद वो बाहर ही जाएगा क्योंकि विराट वापस आ जाएगा, विराट ही जाएगा।
I just want to say नहीं, I just want to say one thing, आप वीडियो गेम नहीं खेल रहे हो या हम लोग सुपर सेलेक्टर नहीं खेल रहे हैं यहाँ पे। दिस इज नॉट फीफा वर्ल्ड कप और ब्रायन लारा 92 की किसी का भी बैटिंग ऑर्डर कभी मर्जी से चेंज कर दिया। नहीं, there is no reason for रोहित शर्मा to say कि okay, you know what, I'll drop down the order। रोहित शर्मा इन मिडिल ऑर्डर उन्होंने बहुत तीर मारे हैं 10 साल पहले।
करियर नहीं बन पाया था तभी तो ओपन किया।
मतलब
Correct.
why are we even entertaining this?
Yeah, I think
हम बात कर रहे हैं, नहीं, अगर हम बात कर रहे हैं किसी टॉपिक पे डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, let's talk in all seriousness। Let's not indulge in this random thought process कि ब्रायन लारा 92 यहाँ पे कोई वीडियो गेम नहीं खेल रहे हो यार कि शुभमन गिल को ओपनिंग
No,
करा दो।
but Chetan, this is kind of a raging debate on social media after Wasim Jafar suggested that Rohit Sharma should come in the middle order.
What responsibility does Wasim Jafar have when he makes a tweet like that? Tell me that.
No,
It's not even his thought. He's got a team. It's not even his thought. If it were his thought, I'd entertain it. It's some 27-year-old PR guy. Please move on to something more reasonable here on this show.
A selector, is he a captain? Is he a team manager? Is he a support staff? Is he anybody in the setup? No, he's just some random ex-cricketer who's stirring the pot on Twitter. That's it.
No, but just for the fact that he's suggesting something as wild as this.
You can, yeah.
Because there is so wait, there is no responsibility or logic to it.
Fair enough, it's a line of thought, leave it at that।
हाँ, मतलब लॉजिक तो कह सकते हो कि चलो आपका मिडिल ऑर्डर फ्रेजाइल है तो आप ऐसा कर सकते हो, मतलब करने को क्या है।
रोहित शर्मा ने मिडिल ऑर्डर में बहुत तीर मारे हैं ना।
तीर तो शुभमन गिल ने भी 3 पे नहीं मारे। आई एम जस्ट सेइंग दैट यू नो जस्ट फॉर द बिकॉज़
काम करते हैं ना, यही राउंड एंड राउंड यही करते रहते हैं हम लोग।
No, I agree with the fact that शुभमन गिल 3 के बाद सीधा टीम से बाहर जाएगा, ना ऊपर जाएगा ना नीचे जाएगा। वो तो नहीं होने वाला। वो he asked for it, he got it, and now he has messed it up himself। वो तो कोई डाउट नहीं है।
Absolutely.
अच्छा वाला ओपन करता रहता, यशस्वी जायसवाल 3 पे आता, could have made a different, could have made more sense because यशस्वी has batted at 3 for Mumbai।
एक और लाइन ऑफ थॉट है यहाँ पे।
नहीं, यशस्वी no,
I'm saying
यशस्वी has played 3।
नहीं, I'm
जब
saying शुभमन
ओपन करता था तो यशस्वी 3 खेलता था मुंबई के लिए।
No, I'm saying इस सेटअप के अंदर शुभमन रोहित ओपनिंग एंड यशस्वी माइट एज वेल बैट एट 3। अगर आपको कोशिश करना है तो शुभमन के साथ, शुभमन को अगर आपने वो इंस्टा टैग देके लाना है तो
3 के बाद बाहर।
you were saying something।
नहीं, आई वाज जस्ट, वो जब बात निकली थी तो आई वाज जस्ट सेइंग कि वो हाँ वसीम जाफर का वो ट्वीट था, दैट्स अब वो ठीक है, स्टरिंग द पॉट हो या जो भी हो, he had a view, he put it out। I mean, the only thing is the Rohit and Yashasvi right now, probably if you look at the batting order, the only 2 things which look like they can go right? So why will you kind of do anything to tinker with that?
I am just saying all this, if my only point is, अगर टीम मैनेजमेंट को शुभमन गिल को परचेस करना ही है तो आपको 3 नंबर से उसे हटाना पड़ेगा। He is not
इस
working।
मैच के बाद नहीं होगा, he is going out after this।
ये मैच में नहीं होगा, ये मैच में मुझे नहीं लगता करेंगे। Again, उसका मैं my view was, when I started off, knowing RD, he's not really going to tinker too much। I'm not, this is not my view। I'm like putting a lot of guesses and viewpoints, everything together, and I'm just looking at it very practically। Knowing Rahul, he's going to be very skeptical of making wholesale changes, so he's not the kind of guy who, so yeah, see, look at Rahul। I mean, in the middle of an England series, will Rahul Dravid drop a Cheteshwar Pujara? In the south, at the start of a series in South Africa, will Rahul Dravid drop an Ajinkya Rahane? That's Rahul Dravid। So you know where I'm going with this, so that's not good।
Okay, so I am getting a lot of...
So I want to ask everyone a question then. If that is the school of thought and that is, look, I understand the safety first approach, then we don't see them dropping the second seamer also, right? Then तो 2 सीमर खिला देंगे। अगर ऐसा उलझन चीज नहीं करना, मतलब like what are your thoughts like on these? Everyone, I'm asking everyone, like Srini Chetan, Jamie Soumya, like then I don't see them dropping the second pacer too अगर इतना safe खेलेंगे।
In my opinion, we should not have that point।
हम ये थोड़े बता रहे हैं कि द्रविड़ क्या करेंगे या रोहित क्या करेंगे, हम तो ये बता रहे हैं कि क्या करना चाहिए। मैं 2 हफ्ते से बोल रहा हूँ कि सेकंड पेसर नहीं खिलाना चाहिए, किया उन्होंने? नहीं किया ना. They will not do that again. There is no
Do any one of you
way.
recall the
There
last
is
time we
no
played
way.
one seamer in a test match?
And Sundur
When
Makalam
was the
saying
last
4
time we played
seamers.
one seamer? One seamer in a test match.
2000
साउथ अफ्रीका के लिए
2000
सौरभ गांगुली ने ओपन किया था बॉलिंग जहीर खान के साथ, वो
2012
याद.
Nagpur Test match against England, must-win Test match.
Nagpur. Correct. Piyush Chawla played that match. Yeah.
Chawla, Pragyan Ocha, Ravindra Jadeja, Ravichandran Ashwin,
Yeah.
with Ishant Sharma.
Yep.
नो इन माय ओपिनियन सेकंड सीमर ड्रॉप नहीं करना चाहिए. यू डोंट नो, पता थोड़ी रैंक टर्नर ही मिलेगा. नहीं मिला रैंक टर्नर,
वो
क्या
तो एक
करोगे?
दिन पे, वो तो कल ही
नहीं, और
पता
अब
चल
तो
जाएगा.
बिल्कुल नहीं मिलेगा.
वो
और
pitch तो कल ही
रैंक
पता
टर्नर
चल
बना दे तो, और रैंक टर्नर बना दे तो और बुरा हाल होने वाला है. इनिंग से जाओगे फिर. Okay, so I'm getting a lot. All of you, you can. Jamie, your thoughts on what Sahil asked?
I blanked out. What was it again?
No, the seamer, like Rahul Dravid thought like
No. I've been saying it as long as Chetan has been saying it. I given the stats. If the second seamer in the last 2 years has hardly bowled in the second innings, why do you need one? But I understand they will never do that. They will take, it's Vizag, it's coastal. Mohammad Shami took a 5-wicket haul. He broke a stump in half the last time India played a test match there. They will take two seamers. I don't think it's needed at all. But yeah, they will play two seamers, of course.
Okay. Shini, your thoughts?
Yeah, I said it. I mean, I don't see India playing one seamer, and you know, also from a perspective that they're not going to have a track in place that is going to leave them with the idea of playing one seamer, because they know it by now that it goes against the grain of their own, kind of, it goes against their own strength. So they're not going to do that. They're going to play a simple straight off spotting wicket test match and try and see what they can make out of this. Whatever strategy they might have been thinking, or whatever it is, right now goes into the dustbin until you keep things safe. And so this is going to be a typical Rahul Dravid show. Play safe, play safe, play safe.
So if that is going to be the case, then our batting effectively ends at 8. So we're not having the luxury of having
होना
like
चाहिए.
batting till 9.
होना
8 पे
चाहिए.
batting है,
होना
7 पे
चाहिए.
अक्षर है, 8 पे अश्विन है. Then you have Kuldeep, then you have the two pacers.
भाई नौ
So
बैट्समैन
then
खिला
you only play one out of Rajat Patidar, Sarfaraz Khan and Washington Sundar. Only one gets a spot. 3 में से
मैं तो
एक ही
बोल रहा हूँ
आएगा.
कुलदीप नहीं खेलेगा.
कुलदीप नहीं खेलेगा.
मेरा व्यू है. I mean,
No.
I'm
Like who do you see in playing in place of him?
I'm going to say Washington Sundar and a full-time batsman like a Sarfraz or a Rajat.
Okay, so let's move on to the
I'm
comments.
basing this on that's what I explained. That's why I said the reason why I feel is that I don't think they are going to take the risk of not going with a full-fledged batter. They're going to bulk their batting order, because remember, I mean, two of their best scorers are out of the game. So जो थोड़े बहुत रन जिससे बन रहे थे वही दोनों बाहर हुए हैं. तो वो they'll be psyched out right now. So
बट श्रीनी वही तो इसमें प्रॉब्लम है. इसमें प्रॉब्लम वही हो गया ना, लाइक वो जडेजा गया तो फिर आप यू कांट हैव बिट ऑफ बोथ वर्ल्ड्स इस टाइम पे इस 11 के अंदर.
That's why I said you minimize the damage. Try, I'm not saying you actually minimize, but I'm just saying you walk that path by attempting to get a Washington in the squad who
But then one seamer has to go ना.
Sorry,
because you need one seamer has to go, क्योंकि एक विकेट टेकिंग स्पिनर तो कुलदीप चाहिए रहेगा आपको.
I agree with you. Kuldeep Yadav should ideally be walking into the squad, but in order to keep the batting somewhat stronger, I'm looking at this from a coach's perspective, from a batting perspective. Captain will bring a batting perspective. Runs on board, traditionally how they've thought runs on board are important for the bowlers to give whatever the cushion they might like. So this has to be a case of and also bearing the fact that nobody in this lineup other than Rohit to an extent and Yashasvi have actually got any kind of runs. So that adds further to their psyche. I mean, this is again a personal view.
Okay. Let's move on to comments. Please. Play both Sarfaraz and Patidar. Drop Gill. Jamie, quickly. Yes, no, maybe.
Already said that. Yep.
He already said that.
Okay, next one. Vian Singh says, sir, when it was enough for England to bowl out India with just two bowlers, Hartley and Root, then why do we need 5 bowlers on these types? So,
the rest were for Rahul Dravid.
Sahil, would you like to take that?
आई थिंक इसको क्या जवाब दोगे यार, मतलब ठीक है, हंसी में ही निकाल देते हैं अभियान भाई. लेट्स
No.
मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट वन.
Rohit Sharma, Shubman, oh, Yashasvi Jaiswal डालेंगे. Sportsman saying since Virat is coming in next match, instead of giving one more debut, we can persist with Gill and Iyer. Chetan bhai, that makes some logic. Chetan bhai,
I'm not even thinking about the next match. जब आएंगे तब आएंगे यार. Who knows? आपको बता दिया विराट ने he is coming back. जब आएंगे तब देखेंगे यार. Let's talk about the second test match.
okay, next one please. Rick Mishra is saying, Chetan sir, it's time to ask your that I think you have played in the next year's sports PC.
I
क्या
have
लौट आए
stopped
पुराने
attending.
दिन.
Trying to ask you the iconic. Was this the
जब
best
से कप्तान
11?
चेंज हुए हैं, I've stopped attending PCs. So much so कि Rohit was asking me during the World Cup, कहाँ हो? Where have you been? I was like, yeah, but no, I don't think that matters anymore.
Okay, next
Oh
one.
yeah. This was in Centurion, right? What is?
During 2018, Virat lost it. Yeah. Anyway,
We are,
Sorry, what did you say? Sorry, what did you say?
Virat lost it at the question. Anyway, go ahead.
Shubman is going through the same phase as KL during the Australia tour. Trust me, consistently backing his failures and playing him will only ruin his confidence. He must be dropped. Srini,
Trust me, consistently backing his failures and playing him will only ruin his confidence. अरे भाई, यहाँ कॉन्फिडेंस मेरे को बताओ, शुभमन को बाजी रखो, किसके पास है? मुझे एक बंदा बताओ right now who is confident. So I'm really not looking. That's why I said this is not an ideal world you're looking at right now. Look at the kind of mindset this team is going to be with. Like, I don't want to tinker too much. I don't want to take too many risks at one go. This is Rahul Dravid you're talking about. He's not going to go out of his way to kind of completely put a very different looking 11 there. He's a man who's known to play safe, man known to not kind of tinker too much. And from that perspective, and as I said, to whatever extent Shubman may be receiving his share of flack, at the end of the day, he may have asked for number three, because he wasn't with I don't know what happened behind the scenes. Okay, why did he ask for a number three? Was he given a choice between number one and number three, or number three and number four or five or whatever? I don't know. I mean, I'm not privy to all those. So my question is, number one was slotted. Yeah, the moment they took Yashasvi, and Yashasvi and Rohit started batting together, I think that bit was sorted. So there is no place for Shubman to now go back to number one, a place where he was hauled in, like, when we went to Australia. So again, to cut a long story short, I don't see that happening. Personally, I don't see that happening. Personally, I think Shubman is going to continue to play at number three for this test match at least. And then after that, as Chetan said, they can get Virat Kohli aayega, to fir whatever.
okay, next one please. Cricketers emotion. Go with 6 specialist batters, 1 wicket keeper, 3 spinner, and 1 pacer. Jamie.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Okay, next one. किसी को भी खिला लो, second test जीतेगा इंग्लैंड. That's rude. Next one please. Subodh Chavan, when will be the team announced for third test? Sahil Malhotra, do you have any updates on that?
I think they're looking for a selector first. वो जो नॉर्थ जोन वाला सिलेक्टर आएगा पहले.
It'll be announced after the second test. वो ना हो
हाँ?
उससे क्या लेना देना? I mean, it'll be announced after the
क्या?
second test. Third test की टीम अभी
Yeah.
थोड़े announce कर देंगे.
No,
यहाँ
they're
11
looking
नहीं बन रहे हैं, वहाँ सेलेक्टर नहीं बन रहे हैं.
The gap between the second and third test match.
ये अच्छा था. Srini, this was really good. 11 नहीं बन रहे हैं, सिलेक्टर नहीं बन रहा है. कोचिंग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स एक्सटेंड हो रहे हैं बस. शिवान, any info on which type of pitch is prepared?
वो
Sahil
कल
Malhotra.
विनीत रामाकृष्णन पहुंच के बताएंगे. वो 9 बजे वाइजैक कल सुबह पहुंच जाएंगे. 9:30 बजे प्रैक्टिस है इंग्लैंड का.
इंदौर
कल
तो नहीं
सुबह-
बनेगा. इंदौर नहीं बनेगा, अहमदाबाद नहीं बनेगा, ये तो पक्का हो गया.
दिल्ली
I
बनना
think-
नहीं चाहिए. दिल्ली बनना.
But Delhi was a
Ahmedabad-
good wicket. Delhi was a
हाँ,
good
no,
wicket. PGT.
थोड़ा
It'll
बहुत
be a
on the lines of
it'll be a
हैदराबाद ही
repeat of
बनेगा.
Hyderabad. It'll be a repeat of Hyderabad with a little more flatness to it.
Okay. Next one, please. KK at BCCI Award, Gill said due to fielding long, he take number 3 position. Question was asked by Mr. Bhu.
No, I don't agree to this logic.
Yeah.
Fielding long मतलब क्या?
Everybody fields for the same time. Everybody fields for the same time. जायसवाल भी उतनी देर फील्डिंग करता है जितनी देर रोहित शर्मा करता है, जितनी देर शुभमन गिल करता है. So if Shubman Gill's logic is that, then भाई that shows his mind.
और जायसवाल तो शॉर्ट लेग पे खड़ा कर देते हो यार. उसको तो पूरे मैच में स्क्वाट कराते हो.
It's not like he's keeping wickets that he can't open or whatever. I mean, if he said that.
What is the logic? I still don't get his point. वैसे भी जल्दी आउट होता है. Point क्या है?
Exactly. Fatigue, I think.
हाँ.
He's a walking wicket when he opens. उसको कौन सा वहाँ पे क्रीज पे टिकना है?
No, but the point is कि every fielder fields the same amount of time ना. Maybe जाते हैं तो ये logic. What is this logic even? ये उसका mindset दिखाता है.
He needs a break. He needs a break. He's not in a good frame of mind. He needs a break.
If he said this, it does not make any sense.
Correct.
उस हिसाब से 6 नंबर बैटिंग करना चाहिए ना.
अरे साहिल को एक क्वेश्चन दो ना.
6 नंबर बैटिंग करनी चाहिए, बट 6 नंबर वाला भी तो उतना टाइम ही फील्डिंग करता है.
अंतिम अगर टीम की बात है तो फिर और नीचे करो ना. अगर फील्डिंग की बात है.
5 अलग लोग आके फील्डिंग नहीं करते ना. मे बी 1 or 2 players go off for a little bit. लेकिन फील्डिंग टाइम तो सबका सेम ही है. I mean, what sense is this? What logic is this?
No, he's saying that I get more time to put my feet up. But yeah, not happening.
Number 3 pads up. Number 3 pads up the same time.
That's what I'm saying. From apparently asking to bat at number 3 to this statement clearly, and people want him to play the next match. Why he's not right? इसको break दे दो यार. इसको break दे दो. He's mentally shot. He's shot.
Okay, next one please. Priyanshus, Umesh is a better bowler in Asian conditions than Siraj. Why is he not considered?
Same reason Pujara and Rahane are not being considered. Moved on.
Yep.
ये मूविंग ऑन में तो मतलब BCCI is better than रणबीर कपूर.
क्योंकि सफर खूबसूरत है. So they're enjoying the suffer and making everyone suffer. SUFFER.
BCCI goes back to its players.
ये क्वेश्चन तो मेरे को दे दो. When Rahul Dravid will be sacked, ये उसकी आखिरी सीरीज है. ये मैं आपको प्रॉमिस करता हूँ, ये उसकी आखिरी सीरीज है. इसके बाद वो कोच कंटिन्यू नहीं करेगा.
हाँ, क्योंकि T20 वर्ल्ड कप पे तो जा ही रहा है.
टेस्ट क्रिकेट आखिरी सीरीज. T20 में तो वो मतलब उसको वहां पे they will give him a cruise का टिकट बारबाडोस टू ट्रिनिडाड घूम के आ. वहां पे उसका कोई काम नहीं है. वो you don't need a coach for the T20 वर्ल्ड कप. वो जाएगा, ठीक है. That is BCCI for you.
Okay, next one please. So both Chetan sir, who is more skillful batter across format, Gill or Tilak Verma? Tilak Verma कहाँ से? Chetan भाई please answer.
Pass.
नहीं आंसर तो करना पड़ेगा ना. हमारा एंटरटेनमेंट कैसे होगा?
पास क्या होता है? ये पास क्या होता है भाई? पास क्या है? दिवाली पार्टी थोड़ी चल रही है, पास कर दोगे.
There is no logic to this question. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, what is this question even? So I don't even have an answer for this question. How
nothing to do with the show also.
Okay,
how many formats has Tilak Verma played? मतलब आप first class count कर रहे हो तो शुभमन गिल obviously better है कि शुभमन गिल के रन देख लो first class cricket में. What are you trying to ask here? मतलब that's my point. कि आप क्या पूछने की कोशिश कर रहे हो? कितना खेला है तिलक वर्मा?
तिलक वर्मा तो प्लेट ग्रुप में रणजी ट्रॉफी खेल रहा है. हैदराबाद रेलीगेट हो गई थी पिछले साल.
Exactly. तो आप मतलब पूछने की क्या कोशिश कर रहे हो यहाँ पे कि कौन ज्यादा टैलेंटेड है? Obviously शुभमन गिल जितना दिखाई देता है. तिलक वर्मा देख लिया सबने. 2 सीजन बेचारा IPL खेला है, थोड़ा बहुत फर्स्ट क्लास क्रिकेट खेला है, एक आध T20 खेला है, एक आध ODI खेला है, उसमें उसको कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं मिली, कोई कुछ नहीं मिला. हाउ आर यू इवन कंपेयरिंग दिस? क्या जवाब दूं मैं इस सवाल का? मुझे बताओ ना आप.
Okay, just for that reaction, Jamie, मेरे को आपसे भी जानना है इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर.
Chetan has said pass, so I can't even say. I mean, Tilak Verma scored 250s and a 40 against West Indies. People wanted him in the World Cup squad, yaar. Look at his form. His form is gone. Why are we discussing? West Indies के सामने जिस सीरीज में वेस्ट इंडीज ने आपकी बम्बू मारी, 240 मारे, इसको वर्ल्ड कप, वही वसीम जाफर कह रहे हैं इसको वर्ल्ड कप में खिलाओ. Have you seen his form? He's not got to 25 in the last 3 months.
नहीं, मैं एक चीज बताऊं तुम्हें. इसको अगर आप संजू सैमसन और तिलक वर्मा लिखते मैं फिर भी जवाब देता. Yesterday somebody tweeted to me कि संजू सैमसन should be given a test debut. मैंने अगर पिछले हफ्ते नया फोन ना लिया होता, मैं उठा के इसको दीवार पे मार देता. If I was still
इसीलिए
using
तो
my
पूछते हैं
old phone,
चेतन,
मैं इसको दीवार पे मार देता.
इसीलिए पूछते हैं.
इसीलिए तो पूछते हैं. They just love it. अरे
Just
हमको
because he
मजा आता है तो
mentioned,
उनको कितना आता होगा.
Somebody
just
tweeted
because he
Sanju
mentioned,
Samson को टेस्ट डेब्यू दे दो. I was like,
just
bro,
because he mentioned
चेतन
Sanju Samson, आज मेरा
चेतन
Facebook memory में 9 साल पुराना status आया. This year 9 years ago, Sanju Samson scored a double 100 in Ranji Trophy. 9 years ago.
अब बताओ संजू सैमसन और तिलक वर्मा भी कैसे कंपेयर कर सकते हैं ना, दोनों ने खेला ही कितना है.
तिलक वर्मा ने अपने पहले मैच में हाफ सेंचुरी लगा दिया था या 40 लगा दिया था, जो संजू सैमसन को 11 T20 लगे थे. So that's why you can just T20 format में compare.
नेक्स्ट वन प्लीज. अरे जब सब मूविंग ऑन हो रहे हैं तब कैप्टन भी यंग रखो. व्हाई रोहित हैज ओनली प्रिविलेज टू कैप्टन एट 37. श्रीनी
हाँ बना दो, यशस्वी को बना दो कप्तान, क्या बोलते.
No, someone told me ना, नहीं शुभमन will be the next captain.
अभी
पहले
तो 11
बंदे-
के ज्यादा है भाई.
मैं भी चेतन जैसे बनने लग जाऊंगा.
पास.
मैं भी फोन वोन फेंकने लग जाऊंगा.
मैंने फेंका नहीं. I paid 1.5 lakhs for that phone. मैंने फेंका नहीं.
लिया ना इसलिए अभी.
नया नया लिया.
This is where he's spending all the commentary earnings. 1.5 लाख रुपए का फोन लेके आ गए, बताओ. I'll have to speak
वो
to aunty
देखो
now.
एक ने तो पूछ लिया.
SIP कराओ.
आगे चलो, आगे बढ़ो, आगे बढ़ो, आगे बढ़ो.
सो T20 वर्ल्ड कप में कितनी देर पहले जाके मिल रहा है कि किसी कोच का साहिल मल्होत्रा.
इसके लिए तो उनको एडिलेड कहीं जाना होगा ना. ड्रॉप इन पिचेस बन रही हैं यूएस में, तो वहां तो कोच साहब कुछ चाह के भी नहीं कर पाएंगे.
You know what happened? अरे मुझे अभी याद आया. पता क्या हुआ है? टी टाइम में, was it tea time or lunch time? I don't know. I think it was lunch time. 2 विकेट गिर गए थे हमारे. यशस्वी जायसवाल and शुभमन गिल had gotten out 3 बॉल के अंदर. लंच टाइम हुआ. Rahul Dravid comes out and starts looking at the pitch. ऐसे करके उस पे सफाई हो रही है, crease draw हो रही है, and he's looking at the pitch, and I was like, yeah, I had like no comments to make on that. I mean, so
Obsession
I
है
just
boss.
remember-
It's clear.
One of the
It's obsession.
one of the craziest things he's done as a coach was that.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me.
Obsessed.
I just no. I mean, yeah.
Okay, Srini, how it can be so hard on both ends of Virat and BCCI to agree on Test captaincy? Can they not come in mutual understanding for betterment of Indian cricket? All is ego clash. I guess he's talking about going back to Virat as captain.
Yeah, I mean, see, I mean, it's a very I don't know. There's no straight answer to this question. You know, he was down and out when he gave up that the Test captaincy for multiple reasons that have not really been spoken about. You know, it wasn't like he wanted to. There is no way that Virat Kohli wanted to give up Test captaincy. I can promise you that. You know, it's just that what transpired between he giving up his T20 captaincy and the drama surrounding the ODI captaincy. You know that the entire thing just got to him after a point, and he said, "Is it really worth it?" And kind of might as well enjoy what I have, and which is kind of there's no stopping him. So to can it kind of go back to square one, we really have to look at BCCI taking that very practical call, saying that हमारे पास कोई choice नहीं है, hands up कर लो, आप विराट कोहली के पास जाओ, बोलो भैया गलती हो गई, तुम ही वापस आओ, टेस्ट कैप्टनसी ले लो. क्या BCCI वो करेगा? कभी नहीं करेगा. तो वो होने नहीं वाला. So it's that makes it a slightly क्या विराट एक्सेप्ट करेंगे वो, then that's a very hypothetical question. हाँ, अगर BCCI जाके पूछता है तो क्यों नहीं एक्सेप्ट करेगा? ऑफ कोर्स करेगा, बोलेगा एक साल में इंटरिम कैप्टनसी ले लेता हूँ until kind of we can groom someone else and blah blah blah. But then planning in Indian cricket have never really kind of sat well with each other.
Exactly.
The two
That's what I wanted.
terms don't exist in one sentence, and have never existed. Rarely have I seen Indian cricket planning something and executing it over a period of time. Rarely. It's not really kind of happened. The one time I remember probably when there was a plan and kind of it was all being put into place was when Anil Kumble took over the captaincy for a year, interim captaincy, when we went to the tour of Australia in 2008.
No,
And
MS and Virat. Even MS and Virat. MS gave up his Test captaincy
MS
15
and
days
Virat
and then
because
took
yeah, it
2.5
was, no, I'm
years.
saying MS and Virat because this was MS at work, not BCCI. I'm
No,
saying
MS also.
BCCI
But my
from an
point is,
umbrella perspective, planning
आप
something that is the only instance. Other than that, from a cricketing standpoint, I really don't remember, any kind of planning leading to any kind of an execution that had a big picture perspective. So,
आप विराट के पास तभी जाओगे, आप विराट के पास इसलिए नहीं जाओगे, whatever the outcome of that or whatever it is, I'm not even gonna go into that because it's hypothetical. But the only way you go to Virat is not because the performances are going down, but because you have a plan in place. You can't go to Virat and say कि बॉस आप 4 साल के लिए कैप्टन बन जाओ, हम उसके बाद देखेंगे, या 2 साल के लिए बन जाओ, हम उसके बाद देखेंगे कि what is the long term plan, what is the future plan. No, you need a future plan, and then you see कि boss, what are your options. Virat is an option, Ashwin
देखो
is an
आप,
option,
eh,
Bumrah
I'll be
is an
very
option.
clear. I'll be very clear. Even in 2015, when MSA Virat took over the captaincy reign, see, he was categorical. He was extremely categorical about who he wanted as a coach, who he wanted as batting coach, who he wanted as support staff. He was very, very particular that मुझे trainer कौन चाहिए. Shankar Basu had to be the trainer of the Indian team. He wouldn't accept no for an answer, right? And what happened gradually was, Supreme Court appointed administrators came, so they really were, kind of, हाँ विराट जो बोल रहा है, विराट जो बोल रहा है. Will this BCCI agree to this? See, Rahul Dravid is not going to continue as coach. Obviously, there's going to be a new coach coming in. But if you go to Virat and offer him captaincy, और तुम बोलोगे मैं अनिल कुंबले को coach बना रहा हूँ, I'm just hypothetically saying, Virat will put his foot down, saying no. तुम चाहते हो कि मैं कप्तानी करूँ तो coach मेरे हिसाब से होगा. He will put his foot down. He went out of his way to make sure that Ravi Shastri didn't just come on board as coach. He also got the kind of support staff that he particularly wanted. That's how Bharat Arun came on board. Otherwise, there were people in BCCI जिन्होंने फील्डिंग लगा के रखी थी कि रवि शास्त्री को कुछ नहीं देना है हमको. We will make his life as difficult as possible. So, it is Virat sticking with Ravi that good things happen. So, Virat को just लेके आना as captain is not the end of the story. It's not just one point. With him, there will be a team that will come. Is BCCI willing to accept that? No, that won't happen.
But again, Srini, just for an year or two, they can do that, right? ऐसा नहीं है कि टेस्ट फॉर्मेट में आपको रिजल्ट नहीं मिला उस टीम से या उस कैप्टन कोच मैनेजमेंट से.
मतलब मैं समझा नहीं आपका क्वेश्चन. आई डिडंट अंडरस्टैंड.
विराट आएगा, अगर विराट आता है तो उनके साथ कोच भी उनके पसंदीदा आएंगे, पूरा मैनेजमेंट उनके पसंद का आएगा. यू कैन डू दैट ना. बीसीसीआई वो चीज कर सकती है.
But will they see? Can and will में फर्क होता है. Will it happen? No, it won't. See, somebody actually, I think, मैं किसका कमेंट देखा था कहीं, तो कोई से पूछा कि विराट कभी नहीं मानेंगे. भाई तुम अगर अच्छे से जाके ऑफर करोगे, इफ यू गिव हिम ड्राइव सेंस इनटू इट एंड टेल हिम दैट व्हाई इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट, वो क्यों नहीं मानेगा. बट वो व्हाई विल क्रॉस द ब्रिज व्हेन वी गेट टू इट. व्हाई एड्रेस एन इशू व्हिच इज नॉट रियली in front of us,
Okay, coming back to the second test, let's just hope Sarfaraz and Rajat दोनों को डेब्यू मिल जाए as our panelists discussed. Well, thank you so much for joining me in this live session. दोबारा जुड़ेंगे, दोबारा बात करेंगे second test के बारे में. Bye bye, good night.
फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट.